Hello, most welcome. Okay, in second session of 2 days. Okay, by mistake, this is second session of 2 days Hindu newspaper analysis. Okay, BJP will form government in 4 states, says Amit Shah. Okay, Home Minister says party will improve its performance in Punjab. Okay, Congress to move ASC against okay EC decision in Manipur. Old pension scheme create new narratives for Samajwadi Party. Okay, that is most important point. Can artificial intelligence, machine learning put judiciary on fast track? While Supreme Court has constituted the Artificial Intelligence Committee, law firms try out technologies to refer to judicial precedents. Okay, case pronouncement. Can artificial intelligence be used in judicial process to reduce the pendency of cases? In response to this unanswered questions in the Lok Sabha during the first part of the budget sessions of the Parliament, Law Minister Kiran Rijiju said that while implementing phase 2 of the e-courts projects under Operation since 2015, a need was felt to adopt new cutting-edge technologies of machine learning and artificial intelligence to increase the efficiency of the justice delivery system. Okay, justice delivery system. To explore the use of artificial intelligence. To explore the artificial intelligence judicial domain, the Supreme Court of India has constituted the Artificial Intelligence Committee, which has mainly identified application of artificial technology in translation of judicial documents. Legal research assistant and process automation, Mr. Riju said, okay, the thing at Lok Adalat, India faces huge cases backlog and mainly judgment are not yet, digitized. Okay, no anticipatory bail for Chitra. A special judge dismissed her bail application in NSE, National Stock Exchange, co-location scam. Press under attack, said Justice Lokur. Okay, 10 accused convicted in Gokul Raj murder case. Courts appoint 5 in 2015 and incidents. Gujarat cracks down on land mafia. AIDMK expels brother OP. Okay, naval exercise. This is most important. Naval exercise Milan concludes in Visakhapatnam. The sea phase of the 11th edition saw the participation of 26 ships, 1 submarine and 21st aircraft from over 40 countries. Okay, Indian Navy largest multilateral exercise Milan 2022. Okay, which saw the participation of over 40 countries ended on Friday. Okay, basically here 2 points should be compulsory for the Milan exercise. Okay, this exercise, organized by alphabetically in any country after 2 years. Okay, the sea phase of the 11th edition saw the participation of 26 ships. Okay, 1 submarine and 21st aircraft, Navy said in a statement. A series of complex and advanced exercises were undertaken in all 3 dimensions of naval operations to enhance capability, interoperability, mutual understanding and maritime cooperation amongst the partner navies. The Navy shared on Saturday. The closing ceremony was held in a unique format with the commanding officers of the participating ships arriving by helicopters and boats on Friday on board INS Jwala, INS Jallosa at Acroz, it stated. The harbor phase was held from 25th to 28 and sea phase from March 1 to 4. The sea phase of the 11th edition of the Milan culminated on March 4. Putin links Western sanctions to war. US-China discuss Ukraine situation. China hikes military spending by 7.1%. Sets 5.5% GDP target. Variant do not always evolve, become less variant. Right from the start of the pandemic, it was clear that transmission begins even before symptoms can show up, making SARS-CoV-2 different. How will SARS-CoV-2 evolve? Transmission is decoupled from disease severity of the SARS. For the SARS-CoV-2 virus in February, Dr. Maria evading antibiotics, mission chief NATO expansionism. This is most important. Today's Hindu newspaper section. Why did the North Atlantic Treaty Organizations accept former Warsaw Pact states into the alliance? The story so far, when Russian President Vladimir Putin launched a military invasion of Ukraine, on February 24, the purported reason behind this act of extraordinary territorial aggression was that the eastward expansion of NATO and Atlantic Treaty Organization threatened at some undermined, undefined point to the future at allow Ukraine to join the grouping as a treaty ally and thus bring a formidable transatlantic security coalition within a striking distance of Russia's western borders. Yet again, this justification offered by Russia as the reason for undertaking a ground war, including the brutal targeting with the ordinance of civilian infrastructure and the expected devastation in terms of the human casualty and property damage, has come under increasing scrutiny. In this context, understanding the history of NATO's challenge to the security posture of Russia would help identify the roots of the conflict. It must also provide a clear picture of what institutional arrangements and assurances the Kremlin could accept as sufficient to pull back its troops and weaponry and engage in dialogue with the administration of Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. What are the origins of NATO and why does it matter to Russia? Let's slightly. The self-declared mission of NATO when it emerged on April 4, 1949 had three prongs. Deterring Soviet expansion, expansionism, forbidding the revival of nationalist militarism in Europe through a strong American presence on the continent, and encouraging European political integration. Clearly, the legacy of the Nazi scores and World War II bet heavily on the minds of the founding members of NATO. Although NATO claims that it is only partially true that its very creation was to counter the threat from the erstwhile Soviet Union. There was a strong emphasis on military cooperation and collective defense in its clauses. For example, Article 5 of the treaty proclaims that an armed attack against one or more of them shall be considered an attack against them all, and the following such attacks, each ally should take such actions and deems necessary, including the use of armed forces in response. The border context at the time was that in 1955, a time when the Cold War was gaining momentum, the Soviet Union signed up Socialist Republic of Central and Eastern Europe to the Warsaw Pact, including Albania, which between 1968 Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Hungary, Poland, Romania. The pact essentially a politically military alliance. Was viewed as a direct strategic counterweight to NATO, and its focus at the time was the fact that while East Germany was still part of the Soviet occupied territory of Germany, the Federal Republic of Germany had joined NATO by May 1955, and Moscow began to worry about consequences of a strengthened and rearmed West Germany and its border. As a unified multilateral political and military alliance, the Warsaw Pact was aimed at trying Eastern European capitals more closely to Moscow, which it effectively did for several decades through the worst hostilities of the war. Indeed, the pact even, gave the Soviet Union the option to contain civil uprisings and dissent across the European satellites, including in Hungary in 1956, Czechoslovakia in 1968, and Poland in 1980 to 1981. All that began to unravel by the late 1980s, when the sheer downward pressure of inevitable economic slowdown in most Eastern European pact allies reduced the potential for military cooperation to make any real difference strategically across the region. Thus, it hardly came as a surprise in September 1990s, the East Germany quit the pact to be reunified with the West Germany, and soon Czechoslovakia, Hungary and Poland withdraw from all Warsaw Pact military exercises. The pact was officially disbanded in early 1991 after the dissolution of the Soviet Union itself. What were the rounds of the expansion and carried out by the NATO? Even as the Soviet Union was dissolved into Russia and former Soviet republics, NATO, emboldened by circumstances and optimism that the global balance of power was tipping in its favor, embarked on a path of expansion. During the term in office of US President Bill Clinton, NATO began in the successive rounds of negotiation and expansion to pull former Warsaw Pact states into its membership. After reunification, while Germany retained membership of NATO, that Czech Republic, Hungary and Poland joined alliance in 1999. But it did not end there. In 2004, Bulgaria, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia joined the treaty organization. In 2009, Albania and Croatia signed on. In 2017, Montenegro entered into the bloc. In 2020, it was the North Macedonia turn. Why is Russia sensitive to NATO expansion? In 2008, the week leading up to the NATO's Bucharest conference, NATO allies welcomed Ukraine's and Georgia's Euro-Atlantic aspirations for membership and agreed that these countries will become members of NATO. They went on to announce a period of intensive engagement with both countries at a high political level to address the questions still outstanding regarding their membership action plan applications. This set off alarm bells in the Kremlin because even very concept of Ukraine, a nation considered to hold strong historic ties first to the Soviet Union and then Russia, was an anathema. This development prompted Mr. Putin to bar arrest while under a Secretary of Political Affairs. No Russian leader has steadily the face of the step NATO membership in Ukraine. Did NATO violate a promise to avoid expansion? Yes, that is confirmed. An oft-quoted line in this line of inquiry is the comment by US Secretary of State James A. Baker to Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev in February 1990 that there would be no extension of NATO jurisdiction for the forces of NATO 1 inch to the east. While Moscow seized upon this command to fuel its ostensible outrage at NATO's expansion into the Baltic States region, it is a fact that in early 1990s, the locus of the diplomacy for the 2+4, including East and West Germany plus United States, France, the Soviet Union and the United Kingdom, agreement was whether unified Germany would be part of NATO. Indeed, Mr. Baker's aim in making that comment was to reassure Moscow that NATO command structures and troops would not be transferred to the territory of the former German Democratic Republic. It was difficult time in Russian politics domestically because in the aftermath of the Soviet Union dissolution, there was a failure of institutionalized democratic practices, a shakable market economy, and a robust law and order system. Facing all members, all manners of chaos at home, erstwhile Russian President Boris Yeltsin, began to interpret. Many argue deliberately falsely the 2+4 treaty as ban on NATO's expansion east of the Germany. He wrote to Mr. Clinton to September 1993. The Russians ruled the option of expanding NATO territory eastward. Though the 2000, Mr. Putin carried on this vein, speaking with the increasing alarm and anger at NATO's steady expansion in Eastern Europe and saying in Munich in 2007. It is obvious that NATO expansion does not have any relation with the modernization of the alliance itself, ensuring security in Europe. On the contrary, it represents a serious provocation, that reduces the level of mutual trust. And 2014, Ukraine drifting closer towards economic alliances with the European Union. Russia marched into Ukraine and seized Crimea. समझ गए? Why do Indians go abroad for medical studies? क्यों जाते हैं? Why do Indians go abroad for medical studies? What prompts students to pick countries like Russia, Ukraine and China, while setting up more private college health? What is the story so far? The war in Ukraine has turned the spotlight headline on something that has been the trend for about 3 decades now. When the students from India studying in Ukraine carried out for help, it became clear that there was a large number of them trapped in a war zone. According to estimates from Ukraine, reported in media, around 18,000 Indian students are in Ukraine. It may be safe to assume they are pursuing medicine. At least anecdotally, going by interview with students who have returned. Hundreds of students are still stuck in several regions of Ukraine, while for those who have returned, an uncertain future threatens. Unless the government finds a solution soon. Which countries do Indian students prefer? Which countries do Indian students prefer? For about 3 decades now, Indian students have been heading out to Russia, China, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Philippines to pursue medical degree. समझ गए? The medium of education for these students is English, a language they are comfortable with, and amount is spent on living and medical degree as far as affordable than paying for an MBBS seat in private medical college in the country. The desire to study medicine still hold a lot of value in Indian community. While it retains the prestige of an honorable profession, there is a great deal of aspirational gene in taking up medicine. The lack of equal opportunities, exacerbated by the caste factor in the Indian context, has a great deal of impact on the prestige still associated with being a doctor, says G.R. Ravindranathan, the Doctors Association for Social Equality. For years, certain communities were denied opportunities, and finally they do have a chance at achieving significant educational status. People still think it is good habit. People still think it is good have to a doctor attached to their name, even if they do not specialize. In many rural areas, people still look at doctors as a god incarnate. समझ गए? Enough के लिए. Does not India have enough college? There are certainly more MBBS aspirants, than there are MBBS seats in India. In NEET 2021, as per a National Testing Agency presence release, 16.1 lakh students registered for the exam. 15.5 lakh students appeared for for the test. 8.7 lakh students qualified. Okay. Bharti Parveen Parwar, Union Minister of Health, told the Lok Sabha in December 2021 that as per the data, National Medical Commission in 2021-2022, there were 596 medical colleges in the country with a total of 88,122 MBBS seats. समझ गए 596 कॉलेज हैं 82,120 MBBS सीट के साथ. While the SU is in favor of government colleges, it is not greatly so with the number of private medical institutions nearly neck to neck with the seats run once. Okay, that means over 50% of the total seats are available at the affordable fees in government colleges. At the 50% seat in private sector in the NMC has mandated. Okay, what about cost? The cost factor for on both sides of MBBS degree is significant. The cost of an MBBS degree in government college, okay, top up to a few lakhs of rupees for the full course, but in a private medical college it can grow, okay, up to rupees 1 crore for the 5-year course. In case it is a management seat, capitation fees can be inflate the cost by several lakh again, whereas an MBBS course at any foreign medical university in East and Eastern Europe cost far less. Students from Tamil Nadu who returned from Ukraine, said on average they do spend close to rupees 30 lakh to 40 lakh inclusive of lodging and boarding. A majority of the students have written NEET at least twice and only decided to move after they could not get MBBS seat. On return, the requirement it is clear to foreign medical graduates examination, licensure examination held for students who have studied medicine abroad, and for most countries also a house surgery stint. Dr. Ravindranath explained that in India, the disparities in income of doctors and others like nurses and elite health professionals is also a key factor in making an MBBS degree alluring. People are willing to leave their home to study, for above in much colder places with the completely alien cultures and food habits. The ability to practice as a doctor in government and private sectors simultaneously, and the scope of earning a lifelong income are also powerful incentives in addition to the social status it confers. Is the solution more private college? More private college. While Prime Minister Modi emphasized that more private medical college must be set up in the country to add more people to take up MBBS medical education, experts have called for pass on the aspect. If the aim is to make medicine more accessible to students of the country, the path ahead is not in the private sector but in the public sector with the central and state governments. However, creating more medical colleges will be beneficial for the country if access and availability can ensure. This will not be possible by restoring to private enterprises only. He adds that states and central government can start more medical colleges recommended by Niti Aayog by utilizing district headquarter hospitals and expanding the infrastructure. This why students from the lower and middle socioeconomic rung, who are otherwise not able to access medical seats will also benefit. So financial have a work in progress. So shift to smaller CV is an opportunity. Digitalization propelling large deal in tech MCEO. So that's today's Hindu newspaper analysis. Thanks for watching.